Do you have sympathy for the DUP?
Oh, very much so. They are a key part of getting the current withdrawal bill through. They're strong supporters of the government. They vote with us and they've done a deal. And I find it most extraordinary that none of the officials, exchanged the text with them so they could see, because it was perfectly obvious that it was going to be absolutely unacceptable to them. They believe very strongly in the United Kingdom. They backed the Belfast Agreement, which said with a huge majority that Northern Ireland remains in the UK until there should be a border poll. All the polls show that that would mean that the UK would win again. So Northern Ireland should adhere to the same rules as the whole of the rest of the UK.
So just to be clear, you do not think there should be any distinct or separate deal for Northern Ireland?
No, emphatically not. And I did go over the figures on your broadcast yesterday. If you look at the Northern Ireland Statistical Research Agency figures for the sales, 66% of Northern Ireland sales go to GB. Oh, no, sorry, well, they stay actually in Northern Ireland. 21% go to GB, and only 5% go over the border. And these are nearly all common agricultural products, things like milk, which could easily be sorted with modern technology. The head of the HMRC, Mr. John Thompson, under real pressure from Remainers on the committee, the Brexit committee, really pushing him to say it will be a disaster, said no, he was very happy he could handle the border issues.
But how then do you square the Irish government? You clearly believe a deal was on the table to have regulatory equivalence between North and South. If you now say, no, there's not going to be any special arrangement.
Well, I don't know what possibly unwise promises would be made to the Irish government, but it would be completely unacceptable, obviously, to the DUP and to many in our party if there was a separate arrangement for Northern Ireland, because nobody's looking ahead at this. If we're going to do trade deals around the world, if we're going to work with other countries where economies are growing much faster than Europe, we've got to have the right to do our own trade deals. We can't do that while we are still in the customs union and the single market. And it's impossible to have part of the United Kingdom under a different regime. That's not workable. Also on the regulation, who says we don't want to provide better regulation? We might have better and higher animal welfare standards and possibly compensate farmers accordingly.